Henry Cavendish was a physicist and a chemist. As physicist, he is known by the Cavendish experiment, with which the constant universal gravitation was determined, and as a chemist, by the discovery of hydrogen and decomposition of water. He was the eldest son of the members of the English nobility, Lord Charles Cavendish, Duke of Devonshire, and Lady Anne Grey. He was born in 1731 in Nice.
Excuse me, what?
The Kingdom of Sardinia. At the age of 11, he went to study at the Newcombe School in Hackney. He entered a better house at 18, where he remained from 1748 to 1753, although he never graduated. Until he reached the age of 40, he lived on a modest income from his father, of whom he was assistant in his scientific activities, until in 1773 he inherited from his uncle Lord George Cavendish a considerable fortune of £1,200,000. He became one of the richest men of his time, to the point that, in the words of the French scientist Jean-Baptiste Viat, he became the richest of all the wise, and quite possibly the wisest of all the rich. His favorite occupation continued to be scientific research, with his attendance at the weekly sessions of the Royal Society of London, where he presented his discoveries. He received the Copley Medal in 1757 and joined the Royal Society in 1803. He died in 1810, at a very advanced age for the average of the time. In the personal sphere, he was very withdrawn, lonely, and misanthropic, misogynist, and eccentric, to the point that the servants had an express order to turn away from their side under threat of dismissal. He communicated with them through written notes, yet he was an intimate friend of the chemist Joseph Priestley. His researches. Cavendish is known for his research in the chemistry of water and air by calculating the density of the earth. His scientific work is accurate in thought, because it did not pursue public recognition. In the late 18th century, Maxwell discovered, while reviewing Cavendish's writing, that other scientists had taken the merit of most of the discoveries about electricity. His best known work was the discovery of water composition. He claimed that water is composed of the phlogisticated air, oxygen, bound to phlogiston, hydrogen. The two papers, entitled Experiment of the Earth, 1784 and 1785, set out their great discoveries on the composition of water and nitric acid. In the second memory is contained the famous observation that took a century later to the discovery of argon. Based on the Cavendish experiment, he determined that the density of the Earth was 5.45 times greater than the density of water, a calculation very close to the ratio established by modern techniques, 5.5268 times. He proved experimentally that Newton's law of gravity was equally true for any pair of bodies. To do this, he used a torsion balance in a famous experiment known as the Cavendish experiment of torsion balance, in which he determined the density of the Earth from its experiment in 19th century. Was calculated the universal constant G that was recognized like the one of the fundamental constant of the nature. He was one of the founders of the modern science of electricity, although much of his work remained unknown for a century. He proposed the law of attraction between electric charges, Coulomb law, and used the concept of electric potential. And here's an interesting point in the Cavendish electricity experiments. Because Cavendish did not have the proper instrument for his investigations, so he measured the force of an electric current in a direct way. He submitted to it and calculated its intensity to pain.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You just hold on a second!